He was 65 years old, broke, and had just lost everything. This is how he did it.
He was born into a simple family, not rich, but whole.
Then one day, everything changed. His father became very ill. He was 6 years old. And just like that Vunning, the man of the house was gone.
His mother went to work every morning before sunrise tale to keep the family alive.
Every morning, before anyone else was awake, he cooked breakfast for his little brothers and sisters. He was 6 years old.
He did not know it then, but in this tiny kitchen, he was learning the only skill that would one day change everything.
Not long after Kathy, his mother brought someone new into the house.
The man who moved in was not a gentleman, and the boy learned quickly to stay small and stay quiet.
One night, Sander, when the house was completely still, he made a decision. He was 12 years old. He had no money, no plan, no one waiting for him at the other end of that road. He just walked. He worked 16 hours a day in exchange for a place to sleep and something to eat. There was no one to complain to.
Your application for enlistment is denied.
He lied about his age to join the army. They found out. 3 months later, he was back on the...
He taught himself law through correspondence courses. He was doing well.
Salesman, lawyer, ferry operator, railroad worker. Each time, he started again. Each time, something ended it.
The years of uncertainty had cost him more than just jobs. He came home one day to find the house empty. His family was gone.
When the Great Depression hit, it took everything from everyone. He was not special in his suffering, but he was given one small chance. Between customers, he cooked. The way he had always cooked. The way he learned at 6 years old.
Then the government built a new highway. It went the other way. Within a year, the customers stopped coming.
He set up 4 chairs next to a window. That was the restaurant. A stranger stopped his car. The smell had reached the road. He sat down at one of the 4 chairs and took one bite. A stranger stopped his car. The smell had reached the road. He sat down at one of the 4 chairs and took one bite. He spent months searching for the right combination. Not just good, not just better. One afternoon, a man walked in and sat down. The old man brought him food the same way he brought food to everyone.
People drove from other states just to eat at his 4 chairs club, which were now many more. Word had 4 chairs became 12. 12 became 30. People came back, and they brought others with them.
One morning, a customer showed him a magazine. His restaurant was in it. He read it, nodded once, and went back to the kitchen.
They came from places he had never been. Some of them had driven for hours just to sit at one of his tables.
People began to describe the restaurant by describing him, the old man in the white jacket. That was enough for anyone to find it. He had built this from 4 chairs, from a gas station kitchen, from 60 years of not knowing when to stop.
It was a morning like any other. He opened the restaurant. He started the fire. He carried the first plates to the first customers. The government was building a new highway. A surveyor showed him the map. He followed the line with his eyes rigged.
Within a few months, the new road was open. The cars went that way now. They did not pass his door anymore.
One night, he sat with his numbers college, and they told him what he had hoped would never come. He stood against the wall and watched strangers move through everything he had built. He did not look away. He did not speak. He just watched. The auction paid his debts. There was nothing left. The government sent him a check every month now, $105.
He sat in the car until the answer came. It always came if he sat long enough. He had one thing left, the only thing no one could auction away.
The next morning, he pressed his white jacket.
He had done it in better rooms than this. He had done it in worse.
He packed a cooking pot. He packed his ingredients. He packed his notebook. Everything he needed fit in the back of one car.
He drove. He did not know exactly where he was going. He knew what he was carrying. He knew what he was going to ask. That was enough to keep driving. He slept in the car when the driving was done for the day. He folded his white jacket and put it under his head. In the morning, he would put it back on and knock on another door.
The first door closed. He made a mark in his notebook and walked to the next street.
He drove to the next town. He knocked on the next door. He heard the next no. He wrote it down. He drove to the next town.
Sometimes they tasted it first. Some of them said it was the best they had eaten. Then they said no anyway.
He kept count. Every door, every no. He was somewhere past 200 and still had not found what he was looking for. There were nights when he sat in the car and did not know if he would drive in the morning. Not because he had given up, because
the alarm went off. He got up. He had done it more than 500 times. He did it again.
The jacket was getting worn. He washed it when he could. He mended it when it needed mending. He had been on the road for a long...
Please, just 5 minutes. I promise you won't regret it.
Well,
Excuse me, might you consider?
we're not hiring.
1009.
he sat on that step for exactly as long as he needed to. Then he stood up.
He had been driving toward closed doors for a long time. He did not know that this road was different. He drove it the same way.
He knocked 3 times, the same 3 knocks as always. 1010.
He cooked, the way he had always cooked, the way the boy learned to cook at 6 years old. Everything he... The man nodded. It was the first yes in a very long time.
He wrote the agreement in his notebook, by hand. No lawyers, no offices, just 2 people plur.
1 became 2, 2 became 10, 10 became 50. The notebook that was full of closed doors was now full of open ones.
He was 90 years old. He was still in the kitchen. Not because he had to be. So, what did we learn from this story?
Lesson 1, Ruby. Hard times teach skills that good times never can. Lesson 2. Every failure was a brick. He did not know what he was building. He kept building anyway. Lesson 3. Do the small thing in front of you, as if it were the most important thing in the world. Lesson 4. The only thing worth building is the thing no one can take from you. Lesson 5 learned. Persistence is not a talent. It is an alarm task and a decision task made every single morning. Lesson 6. Fort Pori. It is never too late. He proved it at 65. Lesson 7. Do what you'd do, even if no one was watching. If this story meant something to you, hit like and follow the channel. More lessons are coming. Thank you for watching.